my dear students. Good afternoon. This is another video which is based on axioms for the real numbers and integers, which is in the continuation of the previous video, that is video number 511. Let me start with the properties of real numbers, and here are the properties of squares. For every a real number a, the square of a is a non-negative number that is greater than or equal to 0. A square is equal to 0 if and only if a is equal to 0. A square is greater than 0 if and only if a is greater than 0. Minus a square is equal to a square. A raised to the power minus 1 whole square is equal to 1 divided by a square. That is the reciprocal of a square. If a square is equal to b square, then a is equal to plus minus b. If a is less than b and a and b are both non-negative, then the square of a is less than the square of b. If a is less than b and a and b are both non-negative numbers, then a square is greater than b square. Properties of square roots. If a is any non-negative real number, there is a unique non-negative real number a under root such that the square of a under root is equal to a. If a and b are equal, that is if a is equal to b and a and b are both non-negative, then the square root of a is equal to the square root of b. If a is less than b and a and b are both non-negative, then the square root of a is less than the square root of b. If a square is equal to b and b is non-negative, then a is equal to plus minus b under root. Properties of absolute values. If a is any real number, then the absolute value of a is greater than or equal to 0, that is, it is non-zero. The absolute value of a is equal to 0 if and only if a is equal to 0. The absolute value of a is greater than 0 if and only if a is not equal to 0. The absolute value of minus a is equal to the absolute value of a. The absolute value of a is equal to a square under root, or the square root of a square. The absolute value of a is equal to the maximum of a and minus a set. The absolute value of a raised to the power minus 1 is equal to 1 divided by the absolute value of a if a is not equal to 0. The absolute value of ab is equal to the absolute value of a times the absolute value of b. The absolute value of a divided by b is equal to the absolute value of a divided by the absolute value of b if b is not equal to 0. The absolute value of a is equal to the absolute value of b if and only if a is equal to plus minus b. If a and b are both non-negative, then absolute value of a is greater than or equal to absolute value of b if and only if a is greater than or equal to b. If a and b are both negative, then the absolute value of a is greater than or equal to the absolute value of b if and only if a is less than or equal to b. Ordered properties of integers. One is the smallest positive integer. If m and n are integers such that m is greater than n, then m is greater than or equal to n plus 1. There is no largest or smallest integer. Properties of even and odd integers. In each of the following statements, m and n are assumed to be integers. N is even if and only if n is equal to 2k for some integer k, and it is odd if and only if n is equal to 2k plus 1 for some integer k. M plus n is even if and only if m and n are both odd or both even. M and n is odd if and only if one of the summands is even and the other is odd. Mn is even if and only if m or n is even. Mn is odd if and only if m and n are both odd. N square is even if and only if n is even, and odd if and only if n is odd. Properties of exponents. In these statements, m and n are both positive integers. So the first property is that a raised to the power n times b raised to the power n is equal to ab whole raised to the power n. Similarly, a raised to the power m plus n is equal to am times bn. Similarly, a raised to the power m whole raised to the power n is equal to amn. A raised to the power n divided by b raised to the power n is equal to a divided by b whole raised to the power n if b is non-zero. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, kindly do subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell icon so that you could get regular and timely notifications about my other videos that will be uploaded for you. Thanks for watching this channel and videos. Kindly share various videos of this channel in various WhatsApp groups. Thanks for watching.